welcome back to the Bump. We have a lot we do want to talk to you about, but before we dive into that, it's been a crazy several weeks for you. So just want to hear from you how it has been for you personally.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long process actually to get to the point where I could get myself in physical condition to step in the ring again. As everybody knows, I retired because of injuries 7 years ago, and I'd be lying if I didn't say that Edge returning last year at the Royal Rumble kind of, made me think a little bit when I heard him step through that curtain. And, as a performer, you're a control freak, right? When you're out there and it's you in the ring, you can control what happens. And I felt out of control of that situation for him. I wanted it to go so well for him that I got nervous and I had to walk away because I was getting so anxious that I just wanted him to do so well and be okay. But when I heard his music hit and the reaction, and man, there's nothing like that live reaction from the WWE universe, and when I watched him, I know we had different injuries, but I started thinking, man, just kind of put that bug in my ear. And I started thinking maybe this is a possibility. And I kind of put it to the side and didn't really think anything of it. And then in the summer, when I had the unsanctioned match against Randy Orton, I kind of looked at where I was in my life and everything like that. And I was like, am I making healthy choices as far as diet goes and things like that? I wasn't in the best shape that I'd ever been in. And, living that retired life, right? What's in the evening, what's better than half a box of Cheez-Its? A whole box of Cheez-Its.
Only a full box.
So
yeah.
So that would be like my thing, right? So then I started thinking maybe I should start making some physical changes and get back into shape, and let me see if this can actually happen. And I started thinking, do I want that to be the lasting memory that people have of me getting punted in a 10-second match? The way that my career ended before never sat well with me as it was. And I was like, I need to get back in there. I need to finish this on my terms and do it my way. And if it was just that one match, the Royal Rumble, then so be it. But I needed to end it on my own terms. So I hired a nutrition company, a place here in Tampa called Nutrition Solutions, and they really helped me out, like dialing in my diet, putting that on point. Obviously, with the pandemic going on, when I'm telling you I put a minimalist gym in my garage, it is because weights and exercise equipment are so hard to come by through everything. So I was going out and I was finding little pieces here and there, and I put a little tiny gym in my garage, and I just put the work in there every single day. I thought to myself, if I get up and I go and I do these tests and I pass, it opens a bunch of doors for me. And if not, I'm in no different position than I was when I woke up this morning. And they told me I wasn't crazy, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
Wow. That's awesome. Chris, I have to tell you, we were on the watch-along during the Men's Royal Rumble match, and you've never seen a more lively or an enthusiastic Zoom chat than when you came out. It was everyone just erupted. It was an incredible moment, one of the best in Royal Rumble history, and just for me personally as well. You really just kind of laid it out in detail there, but when did you find out that the actual Royal Rumble, that you would be eligible to compete that night, when did you find out that in terms of, and then in comparison to when you actually, stepped out that night?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's a whole different thing. I found out at 7:30 on Friday night.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was kind of a whirlwind from there.
Wow.
And in hindsight, it was like, man, I would have liked to have a little bit more time being able to get in the ring and things like that. But then it also gave me, I was nervous when I got the call. And I was like, oh, man, where's my gear? Where's my tights? Where's my boots? These are all things I have to find, So once I kind of found all those things and started piecing things together, there was no time to think. I had so much to do to prepare on Saturday, and then went to the arena on Sunday, and I was surprisingly calm for not stepping in the foot in the ring for 7 years. There was no nerves. I was like, this is what I was born to do. Like, there's nothing to be nervous about. It's second nature to me. And I went out and did my thing, and I haven't watched it back yet. I'm afraid to watch it back because I don't want to see something that I didn't like. So eventually I'll watch it back and I'll check it out, but I haven't yet.
Yes. So Christian, what was that Sunday like for you? As best as anyone knew, you were just there as a spectator, right?
Yeah. So the good thing is I've been around so much, doing different things still with WWE. I'm always kind of there, backstage. And so it's not out of the ordinary for me to show up at some point in time to be doing something for the WWE Network or doing a pay-per-view pre-show panel or something to that effect, So I just kind of, Edge was obviously in the Royal Rumble. He was announced to be in it. He was staying at my house for the weekend. So as far as anybody knew, I was just there at the arena with him, hanging out and there for support to watch him make his return at the Royal Rumble.
Christian, things move so fast, as we know, when you get in the ring, but you're in there. Edge entered at number 1. Yeah, he was your housemate, of course, on top of everything else. But what are these moments like? Did you really have a chance to kind of stop for a second and go, I'm back, and so is my buddy, and we're both in the Royal Rumble?
Yeah, that moment where we kind of locked eyes, you know, that smile. I mean, this was all like, you know, just spur of the moment stuff. You know, we didn't, it was such a busy day for both of us. We didn't even really have a chance to talk before we went out there. So, you know, it was like, I think I had dropped Daniel Bryan, and I turned around and I saw him getting up, and he had this look of joy on his face. And this, in a weird way, this meant more to him than it did to me. I mean, it's always kind of, he's always had my back and always wanted the best for me in my career. And, you know, he was one of the very few that knew the grind, the hours, the time that I was putting in to get back to this point. Wow. So I think that, you know, there was very few people that knew, and he was one of them, obviously. And, yeah, so I think that it meant just as much to him, if not more, in a weird way.